Just a reminder to wait for the microphones, please. Sorry here.
I saw Drouin out there in power play 1 jersey. Is he back in tonight? And also, if he is, what kind of a boost can that bring to the team?
Yeah, we'll see when we get here tonight. But I mean, he's a good player, really good player. We've missed him while he's been out. Has the ability to move around our lineup and help with the skill portion of it, the skating portion of it. He's become a really trusted defensive player for us. So, I mean, he brings a lot to the table.
Is he game time decision then? Or
Yeah, we'll see tonight. Yeah, sure.
Pat Graham.
Sorry, one more question about Jonathan. When you have a cut like that, do you have to be more careful, or does it open up a different kind of...
He wouldn't be playing if there was that possibility. Yeah.
Katie.
Coach, you said that was incredibly loud. You said in the Winnipeg series, coaching isn't rocket science, but I'm curious what maybe the changes are between coaching in the regular season versus the strategy of coaching in a 7-game playoff series.
Yeah, it's completely different because you're getting the same opponent over and over and over, right? And I guess the way I see it is like we win game 1. Each coach is going to take things that they like out of it and things that they don't like out of that game and try to make some adjustments, get your team dialed in. You know, we lose game 2. There's things that we got to look at to be better at, and I'm sure at least my philosophy is we look at all the good and the bad, you know, because if you're doing something well, you can kind of figure out what they're going to try and do to defend it. And if you're doing something poorly, they're going to keep trying to exploit it. You have to fix it immediately, right? So you're getting the same opponent that you know really well. The players get to know one another. So the minute details of it and any sort of tweaks you can make to it could give you a little edge here and there. You know, and that's from in every aspect of the game: power play, penalty kill, face-offs. You know, it's not that you're not adjusting in regular season, but you're going to play Florida in a one-off game and then flying to some other city. You know, it's your pre-scout and the detail that goes into a playoff series is just that much greater.
Kyle.
Jared, going back to the start of the season, there was a vision for Ross Colton to play center after he hadn't played a whole lot of that previously in his career.
Yeah.
How would you describe his growth at that position and how he's performed in the playoffs?
Exponential. Yeah. I mean, he comes in playing a position he hasn't played in years, hasn't played in this league. There's some growing pains early, positional stuff, habits that you probably have to break as a winger in order to play center. There's a lot of detail that goes into it. He put the work in. We saw huge growth like after about a month of the season, then it kind of settled off. I think he's having a great playoffs. I mean, you're seeing a guy now play goal line to goal line. He's physical, he's tenacious. I mean, he's a competitive. The things that we really liked about when we first got him is like his competitiveness and the way he's in it to win it every night and every shift, and that's what he brings. You know, like I still think that he's sort of still figuring out some of the positional stuff and some of the detail of the game, which you kind of get over time, some of the nuances in the position. But I mean, you can't fault this guy for his competitive nature and how hard he plays every night.
Jesse.
Coach, I don't know if you saw what happened last night, the Edmonton-Vancouver game right after the final horn, but now there's potential suspension. We've talked to a couple of guys in the locker room about playing between the whistles. How do you balance the message between making sure you guys are staying physical, not getting pushed around, but not taking it that step too far where it could hurt?
It's common sense. You want to win, you got to stay out of the box. You can't be doing dumb stuff. You got to play hard. You got to play within the rules. You got to play physical. I mean, this is still a physical game. It's a competitive sport. It gets more physical in the playoffs. And I think we've been doing a nice job of that. Like first game, liked our physicality, the number of hits we had. It led to success. Second game, it was down. Last game, it was back up. It was pretty good 40 minutes from us at least. So I think it has to be part of us. Like with the guys we added at the deadline, some of the guys we have in the lineup, some guys provide more physicality than others, but the guys that have it, it's part of their DNA. They got to let it go in the playoffs for sure.
Last two. Megan.
You mentioned not wanting to overwhelm your players with too much information and preparing them. How do you toe the line between pointing out things to look out for to counter Dallas alongside reinforcing the strengths of your group?
I don't know. It's just, instinct, I guess. We've been doing it all year long, so it's not really a big difference here. It's you gotta sell your beliefs. Like, there's things that I believe that we have to do to win this series. There's things we got to get better at than we've been in the first 3 games. There's some things that we've been really good at that we need to try and repeat more often, you know. And I guess when you spend as much time as coaches do in this league breaking it down, it becomes clear to you. You know your team, you know your personnel, you know what you think you have to do in order to have success. But at the end of the day, it's a fine line. It's a minute detail here and there that can win you a hockey game. It's like scoring on one opportunity, getting a save here, capitalizing on the power play. Like, we're yet to play with the lead in this series. We're 3 games in, and I felt like last game we had a great first period. We weren't able to come up with the first goal. We had 3 power plays. We had a really good first period in game 2 in Dallas. It slipped away in the second. We're playing some good hockey. I'd like to see it sustained for longer than 40 minutes, or we get a full 60 in there, but it's not from lack of effort. Like, Dallas has something to say about it too. It's a pretty good hockey team.
Last one, Ryan.
Does Drouin provide a boost to the power play, maybe get that going if he were to play?
It can, yeah. There's differences in both very good players. Lecky, Val, Drew, all those guys have played on that unit, and it's had success with all of them. I think they all provide a little bit different strengths and weaknesses. Like, Lecky's a puck hound retrieval guy that's just he finds a way to get touches on pucks to keep him alive. He's always in the mix. He's gritty net front. Drew's really good at finding space where you can use him and try to break pressure. That could be helpful for us against Dallas with the way they're pressuring. He has the skill and vision and ability to shoot or pass. So, mixing it up can't hurt. It'd be a change that we'd think about had he been healthy the whole time and we were running with the other unit. Yeah.
Thanks, Jared.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.